So, sorry about the timing on my show. I'd scheduled it yesterday and I put it to 7 o'clock, and sorry, it was actually 6 o'clock. I do apologize for that. I only really noticed that now. But here goes my show in any case. So, we only had the one game today. We had Scotland versus Wales, Scotland versus Samoa. I was expecting a little bit more from this game. I wasn't expecting the complete one-sidedness of this game. With Scotland actually winning this game 34-0. It was a little bit of a thumping, real hiding from Scotland. I was a bit concerned with Scotland's performance, especially after Ireland. I just wanted to see if they could bounce back, and it looks like they have. I think it was a must-win game for them. I think they have to get bonus point victories going forward, but they could still miss out if they lose against Japan. So yeah, it's going to be a tough road still for them. They have to win all their games going forward. I think they've got 2 more games left against Russia and Japan, so it should be fairly straightforward for them to get through. I think they've always made the knockouts except for 1 year. So yeah, it was a little bit of they were a bit of a shaky ground after the Ireland game, and especially with Japan beating Ireland, it has opened up that pool absolutely drastically. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some of the stats. I've got that here on my other screen. Yeah, so once again, I apologize if everyone's waiting for 7 o'clock. I've actually have other plans that I have to do at 7 o'clock, and I didn't realize that I'd made such a huge big mess up. So it doesn't look like anyone's going to join me live, but sorry. So first things first, I'm going to look at the match stats now, overall match stats. So it looks like Scotland had double the run meters, or almost double the run meters of Samoa. If I look at passes, all they're pretty much the same. Tries, so it was 2 tries, but there was actually 2 penalty tries in that game. Just went to show the actual discipline from Samoa was absolutely atrocious at times. I think they got 2 yellow cards, and obviously it was the same players that ended up being a red card. But 14 penalties to 10. But the telling thing from a Samoan point of view, they were tackling at 69%. That's just letting players through all over the place, and that's not good at all. Really not good at all. If I look here, turnovers conceded is pretty much the same. Territory was more in Scotland's favour overall, a little bit less in the second half, but more in the first half. But let's go look at some of the other stats here. Look at some of the player stats. I did look at some of the defensive stats, and they just seemed a little bit, it was just, it didn't seem like there were a lot of. If I look at the defensive stats, I think I only, from Samao, probably had the highest tackles, 18 tackles. But it was pretty solid across the board from most of the players. I'm just trying to look here. It's pretty standard. But then when I started looking at the attacking stats, I look at Nana Williams had some amazing stats. 15 runs for 79 meters. The guy can really carve through lots of things. But then I was looking at Maitland. It's one wing, 8 runs, 96 meters. So yeah, it's not bad for a winger to do that. If I look at some of the scoring, obviously he scored a try. Laidlaw was also a try, but then obviously there was the 2 penalty tries that were in that game. But yeah, look, I watched the game. I wouldn't say I was blown away by either Scotland or Samoa. I just thought Scotland just looked like a team that knew exactly what they wanted to do. They knew exactly how they wanted to do it, and so yeah, it was just an okay game for me. It wasn't something to write home about. It just looked like Samoa were just completely outplayed 100%, and that was quite frustrating, because I thought Samoa would do a hell of a lot better than what they actually did. So yeah, that was the game for the day. Like I said, it wasn't. Scotland got their bonus point victory. It's exactly what they needed. I think they've got Russia and Japan left, so they could obviously make it into the next round. Japan have Russian. and Scotland left. So yeah, there's a lot of permutations in that pool. One of those teams is not going to be happy. So yeah, we'll see what happens, especially after this last weekend when a hell of a lot happened over the weekend. So yeah, it's that was today's. There is no games tomorrow, but I may still do a preview game because it's obviously New Zealand playing, and I tend to. I actually was going to maybe do it tonight, but I think I'm going to leave it for tomorrow because I did mess up the timing for this show. So maybe I'll just leave it for tomorrow's show, and you guys, and I'll make sure it's at 6 o'clock. I will make sure. I do have Modern Vok joining me on Wednesday after the game, so we'll discuss the New Zealand Canada game and the France USA game. See how those two games pan out. And then obviously I have my main show, which is on Thursday night at 8 o'clock. I have rugby analyst joining me for that show. So yeah, guys, like I said, it was an okay day of rugby. It is what it was, and nothing really to write home about. Scotland won the game. Samoa were really lackluster, and I wasn't impressed at all. It looked like quite a physical game, but yeah, it wasn't anything to write home about. Listen, guys, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Get to maybe relax tomorrow with no rugby on. Maybe we'll actually I might get some work done and stuff. But yeah, I think from Wednesday things start picking up again. I just want to look at some of the. If we look at some of the things, I think we have obviously got France, USA, New Zealand, Canada on Wednesday. On the Thursday we have Georgia versus Fiji, and then Ireland versus Russia. And then on the Friday we just have the one game, which is Scotland versus Italy. Look at the weekend, Austria, Hungary. There's the big game. England, Argentina. I think that's going to be an absolute cracker of a game. And on the Sunday, yeah, there's a 4-day turnaround for New Zealand there. France, Tonga. Yeah, not many big games on the weekend. But yeah, I think the main big game is obviously England, Argentina. I'm just going through the week here. But yeah, I think tomorrow we'll just watch France, USA, and then New Zealand, Canada. I'm sure New Zealand are going to win that game quite comfortably on Wednesday. But like I said, I will do a show tomorrow at 6 o'clock, just specifically talking about New Zealand, a New Zealand preview for the game, because there's been a wholesale changes. Looks like they've still got the 10-15 split with Bowden and Richie Mo'unga. So yeah, there's quite a few permutations for that game. Listen, guys, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful evening. Good day of rest tomorrow, and join me tomorrow again at 6 o'clock, where I'll actually be discussing New Zealand and the two previews for the game the next day. Chat soon. Cheers. Bye.